And welcome to Small Business Magazine Talk Show on the SBT Magazine Radio Network. I like it when they get it right away.
Oh, well, we got a smart,
That's right.
Smart and pretty guest.
I'm Steve Levine. I'm executive publisher of Small Business Today Magazine.
I'm Barbara Davidson, associate publisher, head writer, creative director, and a lot of other stuff with Small Business Magazine. And the co-host was Steve, my husband.
And we do this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It runs in tandem with the magazine. Small Business Today Magazine is a publication, both hard copy and digital edition, that reaches over 60,000 online subscribers. And we also have a couple hundred that we have at events and such. So it's a very popular magazine, and its mission is to educate, motivate, inspire, and empower an aspiring entrepreneur or small business owner to achieve their dreams of big business success. We do that with a centerpiece of a cover story of somebody.
Of whom I interview, and it's always nominated by our advisory board. And the qualifications are more about that they've started with nothing and built something, and that they give back. Those are the two most important factors. We don't measure their dollar volume of success, just that they are successful and that they give back. And that's
and they have an inspiring story.
Yes,
each
exactly.
are a role model for this and future generations of entrepreneurs.
That's the whole idea. And at the end of every story, we have what's called takeaway notes. And it's, let's say you don't want to read about where they grew up and how they were inspired, but just their best words of advice. You can go to there and look at great words of wisdom. If you go back to every archive of every public magazine we've done, you're going to see that, and you can actually make a compilation, a Bible of business or a compendium of business, whatever you want to say. If you start seeing duplicates like give back, that's number one thing that everybody says without looking to be getting something in return. But start making a compendium of business and putting stars besides the duplicates, and those are the first things you want to incorporate into your everyday business practices.
Barbara, what are the top 5 you think that everybody, besides generosity, what else do you think people say?
Regarding taking care of your employees, treating them with respect, valuing their opinion, listening to what they have to say, having good credit, and make good friends with the people that you want to get the advice from. So you want to be friends with attorneys, you want to be friends with accountants, you want to be friends with bankers. So those are great words of advice that we hear about being in a line, not just to have a business relationship, but have a personal relationship with them.
And what are some of the most unique things you've heard?
Oh, I like the one that you quoted better, but the best idea not implemented is far
the worst idea executed
is far better than the
best idea you only think
about. Exactly.
And that's Jerry Brower who said that. It was Ford USA. What's another unique one? You remember? Well, I say, wow, that's a really great idea.
Well, I like Maria Rios is something that she was really smart. She didn't bite off more than she could chew. She would get clients before she bought her dumpsters, her big equipment. So once she knew she had contracts for it, then she went out, presented to the bank, got the purchase of it. Right. And she also built up her line of credit. That was a very important thing a lot of people have said, is build up your line of credit before you need it, because you never know when it's going to hit you when you need it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Maria Rios, speaking of Maria Rios,
Nation Waste,
one of our cover honorees and board members, is being recognized at the Global 7 Awards, the G7 Awards, in I think the third week of May. Also, they're honoring Dick Eubner with the Houston Minority Inspired Development Council, another board member, and the Office of Business Opportunity. I can't remember.
Carlisa
Wright.
Carlisa Wright. Yes.
We have 4 people being honored.
I was at OBO. Sounds like some of the Wizard of Oz.
Office of Business Opportunity. So we've got a lot of people being recognized, and that's one of the reasons they're board members, they're cover honorees, they're clients.
There's a phenomenal
group. People who make a difference.
I mean, we have a brain trust right here with our cover honorees.
Absolutely. And we will be starting the CEO networking breakfast, talk about that.
That's exciting.
Where one will be speaking, others will be in the room. It's coming up by membership.
Rub elbows with people that have been successful and learn how they do it. That's really, I think, what everybody else says. That's another important thing, is success leaves clues, so make sure you hang around with successful people.
That's right.
And learn to cut out the ones that don't, the ones that are putting you down, cut them out of your daily relationship.
We're just cruising right along. And speaking about cruises,
Oh, yeah. We got to talk about the Steve title, the entrepreneurship. And Steve came up with this brilliant name. And it's going to be a 7-day cruise, January 15th, leaving out of Port of Galveston. We are going to have some pre-party get-togethers with those that are on board. All business-minded people. We have already part of this is Women's Council of Realtors, Women Business Enterprise Alliance,
Prosperity Real Estate Group,
Prosperity Real Estate Group, Houston Minority Supplier Development Council. We've got some wonderful groups of diverse areas.
Maybe Michelle Sissom and her some live
coaching groups, and we'll be having a CEU class by April Day, WBEA president.
Business Enterprise Alliance.
Yeah, that's going to be giving a class on transformational leadership in conjunction with employee burnout. Everyone can benefit from that and get a CEU credit for. We're going to have an MC class for realtors provided by Champion School of Real Estate, who's also on board. And it's going to be at each team building, exercise with Steve's personal trainers are going to be on board morning. And
I may be one of those.
You get healthy and have connections to get your own personal coach training on board.
And then in each
contests, and at each port, at every port of call, based on your specific desires of introductions, we're going to have introductions at each port of call. If you're a realtor and you want to meet investors, or you're a person that flips houses and want to meet investors, and we'll make those introductions for you. If you're somebody who wants to meet somebody in manufacturing at a port of call, we're going to be in Cozumel, we're going to be in Grand Cayman, and we're going to be in Jamaica. So some wonderful opportunities.
And who are the travel agents for that?
And that's readyforatrip.com. That's readyforatrip.com. Ready for a trip. Well, I have somebody that's had, since she was born, she grew up in a travel agency, because I was in the travel industry over 30 years, and I had 24-hour travel and celebrity travel. And that's my daughter Gina, that it was in her blood, just like my son, who actually worked in it too. They both grew up in the travel industry, and about giving extra customer service, that extra special service, is what made me $1 million agency by the end of my first year, just with the Continental Airlines alone. And that was in 1984 when I did that, which was everybody was going out of business, and I was a very great success.
And right now, you can book your cabin right now, pay it over time, the entrepreneur-ship.com, and you can pick your cabin now while we still got some outside cabins.
Or they can call Ready for a Trip. Go to readyforatrip.com and contact them directly there.
So anyway, that's a little bit of what we've got coming up. And by the way, you can get a complimentary digital subscription to Small Business Today magazine,
SBT
or
magazine,
a hard copy,
SBTmagazine.net or smallbusinesstodayMagazine.com. It's complimentary online. If it's free, what's better thing to find out how to make your business a success? Get on there and get some information.
When we started this show, it was all about the further education, motivation, empowerment of a small business owner. But we love bringing on youthpreneurs, and we love bringing on small business owners who are making a difference, who have a special story in their own right. And that's why Angelica is here.
Yes.
As a referral
or Angelica, as I say, Nouyola.
Okay, well, you can do it all in Spanish. That's fine with me.
And she's president of Snapper Jack's Catering.
There we go.
Snapper Jack's Catering.
And everything is fresh. Everything is
healthy.
Made from scratch.
It's all,
Did you know that?
Yes, that's right. I know that.
I eat there all the time. Where are you?
I don't know. I don't get to go. He's the one that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Here. Look at this.
Where'd that come? Jerry only brought it over because he wants one.
Wants one.
Yeah, I should
Tell me about this. What we have right here. Describe what's in it.
Yes, Barbara. These are our Oreo brownies. We just made those this morning, and they are made with actually the Oreo cookies.
Woo.
We cracked them and put them inside, and we made everything from scratch. Then we cut the strawberries and put it on top. They're very popular everywhere.
Tartar sauce, cocktails, everything is made from scratch there.
I like that.
It's all fresh, or they don't
do it at all.
We
believe on fresh made.
That's wonderful. Well, anyway, I want to give her a little about her.
Yeah.
And,
I can tell by the accent she's not from around here.
As young as she appears,
yes,
she has more than 25 years experience in the hospitality industry. She must have started when she was 10.
Young.
Yeah, 10, maybe
or
5.
At least, or 5
yes.
or something. As an entrepreneur leader, Angelica has worked her way up through, beginning as a bar back, washing glasses, to an industry innovator, driving new business opportunities and leading startup ventures. Right. And Angelica's visionary direction, knowledge, and drive have brought employment opportunities to her community, which I think is not only does she help have her own business, but she's helping others.
That is
and that's a wonderful thing to know that you're giving back.
Goldman Sachs.
That's right.
Exactly.
ACC Goldman Sachs. You always love these people.
Cohort 11.
Yay.
Who else was in that one that we know? Was that
Kelly.
Kelly?
Kelly.
Troy and Kelly Taylor?
Oh, yeah,
Kelly
yeah.
Taylor was in that one.
The tail.
She's one of them. I mean, we
He'd be
had so
nothing
many
without
great.
her. Nothing
We had
Troy
so many
admits
great
it.
people.
Yeah.
He admits that.
That's right. Just like
He
you.
married well.
That's it. You did too.
Yes, it's true. So true. But big shout out for HCC Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business
That's
Initiative and their cohorts. They do all the time. It's a lot like work.
It is.
Having to run a business and do everything you need to do to qualify there.
Am I correct that everybody that's taken that class or program has taken their business to a whole nother level?
It changed my life completely. It truly helped me out. I used to, work like every day, all day long. I didn't understand the difference between working in your business and on your business.
There's a difference.
And
that's what everybody
that's what
says.
helped me.
That successful business owners learn how to work on their business instead of working in their business.
Exactly.
Doing things that having systems that other people can follow.
Exactly.
So you can look at the whole picture.
Since the first day when I went there, immediately you implement systems. Like Steve told me one time, everybody liked it except the employees. But I was lucky enough because my employees were happy to see the difference. They were happy that we were moving forward, doing something different, that they were part of it.
Well, that came from Elizabeth Stone with Silverstone Events, who said they hate it when I come back because everything goes flying and things are moving. Or maybe the employees told me that. I can't remember.
Move your mic over to your
I hear
right.
that. I heard that a lot. So, but we're going to do a feature article on Houston Community College and all their initiatives, from their youth programs and teen programs to Goldman Sachs. That's coming up probably late summer or early fall. We're doing a whole feature article on them, thanks to Maya DeNervo, who's one of our board members. So,
I was online. A young woman posted something very powerful statement. She was a minority, and she was actually, don't have her name, I forgot, but she was a proud black young woman and standing in front of the Capitol in South Carolina.
Yes, I saw that.
Among all Confederate flags, and her motivation, she obviously is an educator and helping others in entrepreneurship, is she's, even her predecessors have survived all the negative things. There's no excuse why, as a minority, you can't succeed right now. In spite of that,
Houston's the most fertile ground anywhere for a startup business, with the Office of Business Opportunity and ACC Goldman Sachs and the University of Houston, the Entrepreneurs School and the Bauer School of Business.
All of these great things.
The Service Corps of Retired Executives. Boy, if you can't make it here, you're not even trying or looking.
I know,
right?
but hopefully I reached out to her. I left her a message. But the point is, even if you're not here in our great fertile ground for business in Houston, by listening and reading our magazine,
Houston Minority Inspired Development Council.
I know all of them. I mean, Office of Business Opportunity, these great groups, you can help be successful wherever you're located by just getting all these great tips.
That's right.
And if you can't be there, read about them, learn how from.
Get a subscription to Small Business Today magazine, and you got great tips and great articles in there. But we got continue with our interview with and what do you call it? Angelica. Angelica. Okay.
There's no accent on the I.
Speaking about accent, where are you originally from?
I am from Mexico. It's a place called San Luis Potosí.
Oh, that's a beautiful area.
Yes, it is beautiful.
And how long did you live there, and when did you move here?
Move your mic to your left, your right.
Well, I moved up here when I was 17, almost 18.
Okay.
Yes.
And moved with con su familia?
I came with my family. What happened is my parents came when I was 5. Okay. We are a family of 9.
Wow.
So
what order are you?
I am the oldest one.
Oh my goodness!
So I was the leader of the house. Well, when I was in school, we were 9 kids, and I was about to get into college, and it was not enough money to pay for college. So my idea was to come up here, find a job, and go back to school and finish law school. That was my goal at that time. But I came back and never went back, like a lot of people.
Well, what got you? I mean, have you done other entrepreneurial initiatives besides this?
Well, I've been doing a lot of things. We always try to be involved with people that know I want to learn as much as I can. We always educating ourselves every day, to be better.
Well, tell me, how did you get into this business? What motivated you?
Is a restaurant a nutty business? I might agree it's a restaurant, man.
Let me
it's
tell
a crazy
you,
business.
Doesn't mean you know how to cook.
I always tell people that it was in my destiny to come to this business because, like I said, I started my first job as a barback, washing dishes, washing glasses. And then from there, I moved to another position and another until I got to a management position. Then I had the great opportunity. One of my bosses, Robert McKinley, that was his name, he gave me the opportunity to be a general manager.
Oh.
And I was 25, 26.
So young.
Yes, and he had trouble with me because, of course, I was so young. But he helped me and guided me to the right way, and then that made me director of operations in Snapper Jacks.
That's the other thing people say, not only have mentors, be a mentor. That's another common thing that we talk about. So there's an example of being mentored, and now you mentor others.
I know. I was so lucky to find so many good people that teach me so many things, and I want to do exactly the same thing for others.
That's wonderful.
It's our way to give back.
Well, where was that Robert McKinney was at?
I was working for a well-known, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the
You
name
can
of
say.
the place. It's Ninfa's Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I started there, and then he gave me the opportunity to be a general manager. And he taught me so many things. He was so good, so patient with me.
Which location were you at?
I was in the Woodlands.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it's my preference, being a native Houstonian.
I know.
The original location on navigation, to me, still
Yes.
always the best
Still
one.
there.
The best
Yes.
one.
What's your favorite sauce over there you like?
The green
Mole. Oh, my.
That's very, very
Ay, Dios
good.
mío. It's me. I know it's
She
really
loves
great.
the mole
I have to
over
make you
the
some
original.
mole.
Oh, please. I love mole.
That's her favorite.
Yes.
So when did you decide to start your own restaurant?
You always have to take opportunities.
Sure.
The way I started was when I was working as a director of operations for Snapper Jacks. The owners then, they wanted to leave the restaurant business.
Mm-hmm.
So I told them, well, why don't we make a deal and I take over the restaurant and you guys can move out and I just pay you rent, and that's how we started.
How about that? That's kind of like how my travel agent started. We're going to be back because I'm going to hear more about it.
We're going to take a quick break.
That's
right. Listen to these messages, and we'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to Small Business Today Magazine Talk Show
on the
SBT Magazine Radio Network.
Hello, I'm Paul Marcus, owner of Affordable Searches, your premier investigation company specializing in comprehensive background checks nationwide. Business owners know one of the most important things to do is the hiring of employees. However, if you make mistakes or you don't check them out thoroughly, this could lead to problems. Some of the problems may be unsafe business environment, possible violence in the workplace, negligent hiring lawsuits, and a turnover of employees. Our website has a wealth of information for you to read and learn how to run the correct background checks. We are also available for free consultations at 1-877-685-6691. Visit our testimonials page to see what our current customers say about us.
And welcome back to Small Business Today Magazine Talk Show on the SBT Magazine Radio Network. We're back.
Quit telling me what to do.
Well, somebody's got to.
No, if you put your foot down, I'm going to step on it.
We don't need her.
We need Barbara.
No, we don't. We don't. We got the brownies. We don't need.
That's right. That's where he's got to have a personal trainer because he will eat all. No, he's all.
You wait.
No. I don't wish I could lose you.
Anyway, go back. Can we continue the interview, please?
I keep dropping you off, but you keep finding your way home. So, no, my question is, why the name Snapper Jacks? I just want to know. That's interesting. Sounds like a sailor or something.
Snapper Jacks came out of, just looking for something related to fish.
Well, then you got made me think of that.
Joey Jacks, it used to be one popular restaurant long time ago, but we didn't want to be a copy, so we went to Snapper Jacks.
I never heard of the other one. What was it called?
Joey Jacks.
Joey Jacks?
Yes, it was a seafood place.
I never heard of it.
Yeah.
Must have, well, that's why it's out of business.
Long time ago. Probably.
It didn't do very well. But Snapper Jacks, I think that's cute. It sounds like I could just see a little sailor going. Do-do-do-do.
It's catchy.
It's catchy.
Yes,
I thought that's cute.
People always say they like the name.
But so you took over someone's restaurant.
Yes, that is what it happened. They, for whatever reason, that they decided they didn't want to be in the restaurant business because, like Steve said, you must love what you do. If you like to be in the industry, you must like it because it's not easy. It's a hard, work. And they decide. We had 25 employees, so we all were going to lose our jobs. So I go, why are we going to lose our jobs if we're not doing anything? Everything is going well. So I made, an offer, and that's how we came up with Snapper Jacks. That's how I became an owner of a Snapper Jacks.
That's terrific. It's kind of what happened in the middle of the night. There was an exclusivity in the building where my late husband's office was. He was a licensed U.S. customs broker. I wanted to open up a travel agency in that building because everybody had been calling me always when I was doing outside sales. But they had exclusivity, only one travel agency in the building. Well, one night I see the people trying to throw away airline ticket stock and plates, and I'm going, no trashy. And I realized that company had gone out of business in the middle of the night. So I told the landlord I'm taking it over. So that's how I started like that. Just kind of, here we are.
Have to take the opportunity when it's there.
And you do it under fire, and if you can make a success during that, you can be successful anytime, right?
That's true.
With so many restaurants in Houston, what makes Snapper Jacks unique?
The Snapper Jacks restaurant was unique because we were a family restaurant, and we still are a family restaurant. Snapper Jacks Catering provides to customers the peace of mind that they need when they need it the most. We are there, and we take care of business.
So it's both a restaurant and it's a catering company, Barbara.
Yes, we are both.
And they're about to
Now, where are you located?
We are on 1142 West Road. We are between West Road and 290.
They're almost within walking
What's your hours? Are you open now?
Yes, right now we're opening the restaurant every, Monday through Friday from 11 till 4. We open on Saturday from 12 till 8 p.m. Friday all day, of course.
Barbara, you remember where my apartment was in Copperfield? It literally was walking distance to the apartment.
Yes. Nice.
And so,
Could you move back there?
Yeah, anytime. Bye. Don't listen to her. She'll
you
stop
can go
this.
see me every day.
We can come by, indeed. I've been there. They have the freshest shrimp and the best food because it's all quality. It's all prepared to order. It's all fresh. They make all their own condiments, tartar sauce and cocktail sauce, everything from scratch. That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but that's what makes us different.
What's your favorite dish that you like to eat or make or both?
The ones that I like to make the most is the gumbo.
I love gumbo.
Ooh.
That's from scratch everything. It's a lot of work. It takes us about 5 hours to prep the gumbo.
Well, do you put a lot of filet and okra in it?
We do. We do actually put a lot of filet, but we do our stock from scratch.
That's
so we
wonderful.
have to boil our fish stock.
Barbara,
for 5 hours.
Barbara is such a tough critic when it comes to
the roux. The roux is so important. And I'm sorry, there's a chain, and I won't mention it, but they're a big chain, and they have steakhouses and other places.
Don't go
and
any further than that.
I'm just telling you, I don't like their roux. It's whether it's in Galveston or Houston, it's the same watery mess. And
that is the most important thing of the gumbo, and you have to be very, very careful on how you do it, because if you don't do it right, you ruin your entire gumbo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite. It's got to have a good roux.
So what makes
nice
your
and thick.
gumbo really good?
Well,
What
don't
it
give
makes
away
really
the
good is
secret.
that we make everything from scratch. We make our own spices. Everything we make, I'm not going to tell you the recipe,
No,
but the
okay.
process is what makes the difference.
How do you make your own spices?
I mix spices. I play a lot with spices. I believe that the simpler, the better. In the food industry, the more you add, the more you mess it up. The simpler, the better. So I mix a lot of spices with vegetables. That's how I do it. I always play, because depending on the people that you are serving, some people don't like spicy food. Some people like garlic. So I always play with that depending on.
Do you make etouffee?
Yes, we do.
Now, do you use a different roux for your etouffee than your gumbo?
We use a different
Good
one.
for you. I'm so proud of
course,
you.
It needs to be different. It's a whole different thing.
I'm
If
right.
somebody doesn't cook, she's a really tough critic.
Like I said, I know how to eat. I'm very picky, what I choose to cook, I cook very well, but I just prefer not to.
The best way to say is your gumbo should be like a dark chocolate color.
Yes.
Your etouffee more like a peanut butter.
Yeah, right.
Color.
Exactly.
That's right.
And a good, not watery, but a
Not
good
watery,
thicker.
thicker.
Yes.
Well, I think you guys.
I gotta go over
singing
there.
out of the
You
same-
have to come over and try our
Singing out of the
etouffee.
same hymn book here, you know.
Well, that's
or
that
recipes.
because, like I said, I may not know how to do everything, but I've been exposed to so many things from the time I was little bitsy.
You have to bring her a little taste on
Of
Wednesday.
course.
I
You
re-
know, I will.
You know?
When I was a little baby, I guess my mother took me to the pediatrician, and the doctor asked my mother, "What are you feeding her?" And she's telling me, told the doctor, gumbo, oysters on the half shell, and caviar and lobster and whatever. She told all these list of funny things, and the doctor and the pediatrician never said a word, but on the prescription said stop feeding exotic food. But fast forward, we were in a place before it became a chain, Joe's Crab Shack, before it was brought out, the original one. And I was eating something. My son was eating oysters in the half shell. My daughter was eating crawfish and sucking the heads. And she was like only like maybe 4 or 3. Or the other way. Yeah. Anyway, but regardless, he was like 10 and she was like 3. And and somebody walked over to our table and said, "Are you from a foreign country?" And I go, "No, why?" "Because your children are eating such exotic foods." I say, "Oh, well, it's just a way I believe children should be exposed to foods." I hate somebody will go to a Chinese restaurant or their kid a hamburger. Let them try it. Let them be creative. I mean, I think it stifles creativity when you just limit what your children get to eat.
I feel so proud when I have kids in the restaurant and they eating their crawfish, and sucking the heads. That makes me feel good.
We just showed people how to pinch the tail and suck the heads.
Wow, really?
I said because they were trying to peel off all the shell and go, no, you just take the outer top layer, take that off, then pinch and push at the bottom so you get a hold of the gut. So when you work the other part out, you got the gut all the way in the tail.
That's right.
So we helped our friends that had a crawfish
great.
boil, show them how to do that.
We do crawfish too, so.
My son won the crawfish eating contest in Magnolia quite a few years ago. And
Amazing.
a certain amount in a certain minute or two that you couldn't leave any shells on the floor. And
Angelica, did you ever have any culinary training or cooking classes?
The lady that was the one who helped Nympha, he helped me one time and she trained me on how to do the recipes. I go and educate myself. I look, I research, I find reasons why the rice have to be really triple wash, why your pasta sticks. I do all those things. I educate myself on
Tell me about that rice. You got to wash it 3 times?
rice have to wash. You have to wash it 3 or 4 times because the starch in the rice. If you don't do, the rice gets stuck. And I don't know if you ever tried to do that. If you don't,
I guess that's good only if you're having sushi.
Oh, exactly. Well, yes, only if you're having sushi. But like for us, we do a lot of the fried rice, like Asian style. So it has to be free. So you have to wash it really, really well.
So you got like a potpourri of different culinary areas. It sounds like Cajun and
Our restaurant is more like Cajun seafood. Our catering goes from, Tex-Mex, Italian, seafood, Cajun.
And you got the recipes to need for this?
No, unfortunately, I don't have the recipes, but I can.
She has better. She has her
with
own.
your own. I mean, personally, like how I learned something was making this brisket that my great grandmother made. I think family recipes and the people I think that I'd rather do that than go to some school where they teach you like everybody else. I think creativity gives that individuality.
I think your own is better than anything else, because why are you gonna go and copy someone else when you can do your own?
Exactly. Exactly. If you can't eat at your place, do you have a favorite place to go eat?
Honestly, I am very picky about going to other places. It's very hard for me to find a place where I can eat. Honestly,
I would imagine that's. So, do you? How's the atmosphere in your place?
We are like a relaxed place. I always say, like, Evelyn is one of our customers.
Evelyn Fletcher.
Evelyn Fletcher, she's our customer. That's how I met her, and she said that she loves our place because when she comes, she forgets about everything. Our motto is, enjoy and relax.
That's wonderful. Yeah, Evelyn Fletcher is going to be our cover honoree coming up, and she.
That'll be May, which will be the WBEA Expo issue. So we've changed it from January, we bumped her to May, and now she's a conference issue, which is even bigger.
Great.
And that's the 25th and 26th of May.
Yeah, she's a great story, and so anyway, yeah, for her to talk about your place, that was she loves going there, and I think that's a great thing when people enjoy eating something. It's not just the food itself, but it's the atmosphere.
It's the atmosphere. We are like a family there. Like when you come, we all go and say hi to you. We know all our customers. So
I
it's
like that.
You're in your house.
I like that. That's that personal touch. Well, you how have you increased or developed, being in business since the other company went out of business? You couldn't have learned much for business wise. You had to learn on your own. What did you do to improve your knowledge in business?
Like I say, I was very lucky to be part of the Goldman Sachs program.
Oh, yeah.
They helped me so much. Evelyn is one of my mentors. They helped me too. I continue to educate myself every day. No matter what, I always learning. I always studying about, the food safety. That's one of my main concerns.
Oh, yeah.
Food safety, the trends of food, how it moves from one to another. The education still continuing. I think it will be there until, I don't know.
What do you think of food trucks?
I like food trucks. I am not a fan of food trucks because of the safety and the temperatures. I know it's a trend right now, and a lot of people call me for catering and ask me about that. We were even thinking on doing that, but I know a lot of people think they're safe, but to me, the food temperature is very important.
Yeah, well, we had a program on food trucks, and I
Two of them. The food
I
truck
know that
phenomenon.
at one point they had a lot more inspections than anybody else. But is there a resource of the city, the inspection reports? I subscribe to just a food recall report, but is there a source that people can go and check out places to check on food reports?
Yes. In fact, online, the Chronicle has a list that they give you every week of the places that have been recalled or they found them with violations.
Slime in the ice machine.
Exactly. But it's a website on the health department. You can go and there is a list and they tell you all the restaurants that have violations.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So, what other things make y'all special?
What make us special? We care.
I get that.
We care about and we love what we do. And we have the greatest employees. They're loyal, they're happy, and we are happy with them.
Have you gotten any recognition?
We have recognitions. We don't like to talk out loud about what we do because, it's bragging about, what we do. We just like to help and be there when someone needs us.
Nice.
Well, I think you should toot your own horn, personally. If you don't toot it, who
Any
will?
aspirations of opening up other restaurants, even other locations, or even other different menus?
That's right.
So do you have any, do you want to do that?
That will be something that our goal in the future is to have different, I was in love with the Tex-Mex. I was moving to the seafood because it happened. But that's my goal. I want to move our company wants to grow in different sectors, in different, Tex-Mex, seafood, other areas.
Do you have partners in the business?
I do have a partner. My sister is my partner.
Your sister?
Oh, that's a
Your
great-
hermana.
My sister, mi hermana Diana.
Diana. Is there anything, I think my opinion about what happened with Ninfa's is they got too big and they were freezing the stuff and dispersing it. It's not the same as being originally cooked at each location. What are you cautious about, what you're doing?
I am very cautious. I went through that pain with Ninfa's. I was working as a busker at that time. Let me tell you, I used to see how they used to make their own chips and cut them, the tortilla and cut, and I saw the changes, and I saw the reaction of the customers. I had customers that loved the restaurant. They start going away, and I think what people is very concerned about when that happened to Ninfa's is your cost. Mm-hmm. They were worried more about your food cost instead of your customers, and that's what killed the concept.
Yeah,
because they focus more into
cost cutting,
cost control, labor control, and they forgot about the passion that Ninfa had about serving great food.
She was a wonderful lady.
Yes.
She really was.
And she was not in there anymore, so it was not nobody to check those things.
Yeah.
So to me, I rather to have a higher cost, but I like to have my pay is when people say I love the food or I enjoy the food. That's the
What
way.
are you doing? Do you have children?
Yes, I do have 2 children.
How old are they?
23 and 9.
Wow, I can't believe 23. Okay, you obviously.
I am
are-
43.
Oh goodness gracious! You don't look that. She looks like
Thank
30
you.
or something.
I am 43
Right.
years old.
Wow. I thought maybe you had your baby at 7. I was going, you must have adopted it or
Well,
something.
thank you.
But for your children, do you think that they will want to be part of this legacy or what?
You know, that's our goal and our legacy is especially that I want my kids to think that they can be leaders and not work. Our history, if you can see my family, we are always been employees of this, of that. I want my kids and future generations to be leaders and to think that they can be their own business, they can be their own bosses, they can lead a team, they can help.
Do you have any success stories, someone you've inspired and helped mentor?
I help some people, you know, for example, my sisters, they admire me so much, my friends. They're always thinking, oh my God, you've been so far, you have done so much. And just for them to say that to me is very special. And I always try to guide them how to go the right way. And also, you know, everything is possible. Because, you know, we grow up with the mentality in my culture that, oh no, it's not possible. Oh no, you cannot do that. No, yes, we can. If you work for it, you can.
You can't. You have to believe in yourself.
Exactly.
That's an important thing for business owners.
Exactly.
You have to, like you said, have a passion for what you do. That's what everybody says. You have to have a passion in spite of the hardship that you're going to go through, and love it and believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. That's right.
Right. Those are great messages for anybody in business.
I've got 2 questions for you. What's the one thing you're glad you knew when you started your business, and one thing you wished you knew?
The thing that I am glad I knew is how is all the operations in general. I knew the bar, I knew the
Because you'd already worked in
kitchen,
that industry, yeah?
The thing that I wish I knew is how to run a business.
Oh.
Which is the big difference. It's not the same to be a manager, to be the owner of your business.
Yeah, exactly. And
That's the
did did Goldman Sachs give you
They
that?
gave me that
how
information.
How to run it and grow it?
Exactly.
How hard was that? Because, I mean, there's a lot of time involved in taking these classes. How did you manage your time going into the Goldman Sachs program?
You know, as we went with the program, they were teaching me that you have to delegate. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't know how to do that. But it was tiring, but it was amazing. It was exciting to me. Everything that I learned on every single class was like, oh my God, I didn't know this before. So we managed. I mean, if you want to do something, no matter how hard it is, you can do it.
Do you have your procedures and policies written down?
Of course, yes, we do.
And-
Thanks to them.
That's very good.
Yes.
Have you got a business plan, and how often
We
do you
do have a business
how often
plan.
do you visit it?
You know, we already redo our business plan because our growth plan became our business plan, and now our business plan is becoming. You have to revise, depending on the economy.
Exactly.
And
That's
everything.
another thing everybody
Yes,
does.
don't leave it there and sitting there. You have to go and move with the economy, what is happening. You have to keep up to date with that.
Let's give a shout out before we have to go to the next break for Jerome Davis, our
Engineer
engineer
extraordinaire.
extraordinaire. Happens to have the same last name as you, which I think is
He
interesting.
gets his brains from
and
me.
Ronald Coleman with
MovieWhip.com,
MovieWhip.com, who produces our videos and gets them out to us so we can put all our videos, by the way, are on our website, smallbusinesstodaymagazine.com, and a few before 2015 need to be put back on there, but and we're adding the new ones as we get them, but there's whole archives, which Angelica watched many of them, seeing how you work, right?
How I work, yeah.
That's right.
How you work too, though.
And thank you to we're not doing the show, but shout out to Craig Klein with Sales Nexus.
It's a CRM and email marketing program that we use and really highly recommend to others. That it's very affordable and a lot of
sponsoring our
support.
Lunch and Learn
That's
Wednesday.
right. Wednesday, our Lunch and Learn.
At the Wyndham Energy Corridor, Highway 6 at I-10.
It was only $16.95, right, for the lunch. $16. Bargain.
$16
for a buffet lunch.
And Jenna Rodriguez with Branding with Jenna.
That's a place you should go. You got to be there because of branding.
How big is your brave? Is a topic.
How big is your what?
Your brave.
I thought maybe Trump was
No,
involved in
no,
this
no, no.
question. I'm thinking
And we'll come back with more shout-outs later. We got to go to break. And you're listening to Small Business Magazine Talk Show on the SBT Magazine Radio Network.
At Affordable Searches, our mission is to provide our customers with the most thorough background check possible to protect you, your employees, and also your business. We do so by contracting with companies across the country that provide us with the best information possible and in a quick turnaround time. Our turnaround times average anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. Our pricing is very competitive, and we are always here for you. We're always here to answer any questions you have. Please give us a call at 1-877-685-6691, and we'll be glad to answer each and every question that you have.
And welcome back to Small Business Magazine Talk Show on the SBT Magazine Radio Network.
We are
I
here.
wish this was smell-o-vision because
Oh, yeah.
YouTube.
How about Taste-O-Million? Taste.
Yeah.
Taste.
Angelica brought us some wonderful Oreo brownies that she made today with
Yummy.
Oreos in them.
So good.
We
So
should have
moist.
more food people on the show, right, Barbara?
Oh, they're moist. It's great.
I know.
I used to make fudge pie, which tastes like it.
It does.
Tell her about
I never gave you any.
your special pie you made for Gina one day.
Oh, my 3-minute, my was it 2-minute pie?
2-minute pie.
2-minute pie.
2 minutes.
She had a girls' youth group. They had a bake sale. I'm such a world-class cook. I said, okay. Went to the grocery store in Kroger or someplace, and I bought a pre-made pie crust. Then I went to the salad bar and got some pudding and put it in there, chocolate pudding. Then we went and got the Cool Whip and spread it on top and sprinkled M&Ms and sold it.
Oh my God.
That was our 2-minute pie.
Well, something quick.
It worked. I mean, people bought it, and I didn't poison them.
That we know of.
Yeah,
right?
my mother said I came from 3 generations of non-cooks. Seriously, my mother burnt everything. Only I can eat hot dogs and stuff, like char black, and we were one of the first people in Houston to get a microwave. And I told everybody that now my mother could burn food in half the time. But they were making weapons of mass destruction just from the microwave. My mother made projectiles out of filet mignons and stuff. And I had a teacher in 6th grade that told us that we had to have our mothers bake something with a bake sale. And I raised my hand and said, can we buy it at the grocery store? And she said, no, your mother has to bake it. And again, I raised my hand and said, but people might get sick and sue us. And so she wrote a note, I thought, to my mother about this bake sale. And in it, she wrote a note to my mother saying, your daughter's saying bad things about your cooking. So my mother wrote a note back and said, everything she said was true.
There you go. What do your customers say about your restaurant?
They love
your catering.
The customers at the restaurant, they loved. We went out of business last year on the restaurant because we had to move. The construction on 290 came, so
Oh no!
They keep calling us and calling. We miss you. So we are on the rebuilding part, and now that we're open, they're so happy calling us. They love our place.
Yeah, so you really didn't go out of business. You had to stop it because
we had to stop the restaurant.
Yeah.
We continue with the catering because we had accounts, that we didn't want to, we had contracts that we had to follow. So we found this a small place where we were able to continue the operations of the catering, but the restaurant had to stop for a little while. People stop by all the time saying, are you opening? Are you reopening? So I said, yeah, we were not able to do it at the time because our business plan told us not to. So, right. We decided to start all over again from the bottom up.
There's a barbecue place. It's not a conflict with what you do. So Gatlin's Barbecue, that's the same thing that happened to them. People, there's a little bitty hole in the wall,
yes.
and people lined up to go in there. And what happened is they finally lost their property, but now they got a bigger and better place. And but it doesn't mean you're a failure when you have to backtrack in business. No. It just means you just have to come up with more ideas how to be even better than before.
Don't give up.
The hardest thing in restaurants, I can tell you with my degree in that, is and experience is maintain consistency.
Exactly.
The people when that shrimp has a certain taste, it needs to have a certain taste every single time and a certain freshness every
right.
single time.
And it's supposed to be milky
Tartar
white.
sauce.
And I hate when I get one that looks clear and I know they haven't cooked enough just by the look of it. So it's funny. I don't know how to cook, but I know what it looks
the
like.
difference.
I'll tell you that.
But it's true, right?
It's true.
It's supposed to be like a milky white.
That's right.
That's how lobster's
What's
supposed to
your
look.
ideal catering assignment? How many people? What kind of food? What's your ideal scenario?
The ideal is when we have, well, depending on the cuisine that they order, the Italian is the ideal because it's easy and we go with the recipes and you can make in advance. The catering, you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared in advance. I like all of them, the Tex-Mex too, but the Tex-Mex is complicated because you have to do so many things. You have to do the salsa, you have to do the guacamole, you have to do the queso. So it's a lot of process.
Pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo, your tortillas, your green sauce.
But even Italian food, if it's not done right, like, for example, eggplant parmigiana. It's the only thing I actually followed a recipe. And remember, you had to make thin slices of the eggplant and soak it in salt water. And for like overnight, I forget, it was a long time to really make it prepared properly. And that was my first meal when I got married that my late husband wanted me to cook. And I really made a great meal. My in-laws came over, my parents came over, and I served everybody. And then my husband got gastroenteritis, and he blamed my cooking. So I never cooked again.
I know. Italian can be complicated. We do lasagna and we do Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, so that's kind of easier for us.
Uh-huh.
So, and we do the bread. You just put it in the oven, you bake it, and it comes out so good. So, but we had a very good team, and everybody have their own responsibilities. We have different, tasks for everybody.
Well, I want to know, I heard that you said you also give back. You do humanitarian efforts.
Yes.
Tell me about those.
We, when we were at the restaurant, we had our crawfish boil every year. And part of our sales on those used to go to different organizations. In fact, Patricia buys, we donate to the same organization.
Oh, that's wonderful.
right?
Patricia
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes, we did. We did for them last year. I love to help schools. I am very involved in the schools community. When I was younger, I told you I had to stop my education because of money.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, helping schools is my, that's my passion. I like to be involved with the Houston Community College. I like to be involved with elementary schools. Those are the sweeter ones.
Oh, yeah, it helped them a little
We
bit.
do a lot of events for them. We just did one over here on Helms. It's very close to this area, Shepherd. And we did a special event for them. Of course, with schools, you have to go very low on price. You don't make your
Yeah.
profit. That's the way we help with food. We go and do the event with no extra charges.
Maybe we can do a crawfish boil that'll benefit. AchieveNepal.org
We
is the
are
group
more
that
than open
help
to
my
do
little
that.
orphans that they're right
Yes.
now on only one meal a day.
We
And
can
so
help them.
it's so bad right now.
We
We're
are
trying to
so
help them.
lucky. A lot of people think that we are unlucky over here. We are so lucky. Other people have, so bad.
I know. I said people don't know that over 500,000 people are without homes from the earthquake still, and some of them were freezing to death. There was not getting humanitarian efforts, no housing. They were living under tarps, and these just 30 orphans we're trying to help. It's called AchieveNepal.org, and if anyone wants to go and donate, we can sure use the help. It's 100%
I think
501c.
crawfish boil is a heck of an idea.
That'd be a great thing to do.
Yes.
Crawfish
Gotta find a
boil.
location for it.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, we didn't ask, how would people get a hold of you?
yeah.
Website, email,
We have
phone
our
number?
website.
Tell us.
We
Go
have
ahead.
the restaurant is snapperjacks.com, the catering is snapperjackscatering.com. There is information on how you can send us email, call us. You can place an order online. You can, contact us or send any, request that you have.
There you go. And what's the biggest event you ever catered? And what was
The
it?
biggest event we had was for 500 people. It was a great experience. You always learn from every single one
Oh,
that
yes.
you go. It was a great
What
experience.
type of food?
It was breakfast, actually.
Oh,
It was a breakfast. It was in the morning. It was for an expo.
Oh, boy.
So you have to be very early. We had to, the traffic in Houston, how it can be.
Oh, yeah.
So,
all the time.
so we had to be there at 7:30. So we left. We have, special equipment where you can keep your food hot. We left at 5 in the morning. We got there at 7:20. And then you have to set up everything
wow.
and put all the coffee and all the stuff. So it was very interesting. It was very,
I saw one of the pizza companies is now going to have a built-in oven into their pizza delivery truck. Isn't that funny?
I mean, it's you have to. You
You have to do what you got to do. Right?
Yes, you have to move with the demand.
That
actually.
would probably be a great thing to have a food truck that supported your restaurant, that when you were catering, that you could keep things
Exactly.
prepped, like a prep kitchen there on the...
Exactly. That will be great.
So what are your plans for the next year and the next 5 years?
Yeah, within the next year, our plans are already, you guys know, to reopen the restaurant, and we are very close. Within 10 years, we want to, have more locations. That's our plan.
And do you think your children want to be part of this?
My children's, the oldest one is already part of the restaurant business. He's now working with me at this point because he had to learn. You make mistakes when you hire your kids sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
No offense to anybody. So you have to let them go and grow. And that's exactly what happened to my son. He came and I noticed that he was becoming too spoiled, thinking, okay, I am the boss. I said, son, I'm sorry. I have to let you go.
It's so hard, the familia.
Yes, because you have to let them grow somewhere else so they can get the experience, and they don't think that it's easy.
Right, you don't want them to have a big head.
Exactly, and he's very into that. Like I say, my sister, who is my, partner too, she's been in the restaurant industry, so we all are.
Does she have any of her children? Or?
She has 3 children. That's the reason why she's not involved right now. She's pregnant right now. So actually, she's pregnant with a 3rd. She has 2 daughters, my nieces. That's why she's not involved, but she's always there checking social media, working, she finds a way.
Yeah, because it's not all about it's like the business is just as important as the food and the serving it. You've got to be marketing, right?
That's right.
Well, let's say you were the cover story. Okay, what would your takeaway notes be? What would your advice
Best
be?
words of advice.
Best words of advice for startup entrepreneurs or small business owners. What would you tell them?
My advice will be, do what you love to do. If you're not doing that, find what you love to do.
Good. Yes.
The second advice is have a plan and revise your plan as many times as you can. The third, take care of your employees, appreciate them, and let them know that. The fourth will be always give back.
That sounds like you're right on the nose for what.
On the cover.
That's right.
Right?
I'm telling you.
Chef's hat and all that, right? Oh.
So again, how can people find out about getting some catering from you?
If they want some catering, they can go to our website, snapperjackscatering.com. There is our menu. There is a way to contact us. And if you want to request a quote, you can go there and request a quote. With the restaurant, you can go to snapperjacks.com. You can check our menu, come to see us, and we can take care of you.
Now, the restaurant you're remodeling.
We are remodeling. You went there.
Yeah.
We are because that's our kitchen for the catering right now. So the kitchen is very big. So we have to make some space for dining. We're going to have only probably like 10 tables, not more than that. But it's going to be enough to take care of our customers that we have right now in the community.
Too bad you couldn't take over that space next year, right?
We are planning on that. We are working on that.
That's a big space there. Wasn't it a convenience store or something
Yes,
next
it used to be a convenience store, and our plans are to take over that place. We are under negotiation, so I cannot say that we are doing it right now. So let's see.
Well, what about your plans for the future? I mean, in long distance, you've talked about expanding, but what about, we all of us get to an age where we want to retire. What have you made a plan on that too?
Yes, of course. Eventually I want to retire, and I want to dedicate to just help my community, get involved on, any kind of organization. And I want to pass the legacy to my kids so they can take care of business.
Wonderful. I know that there's, of course, you got the family in place, but we know of one of our cover honorees that didn't. She had older family. They were at a certain age, and the employees were worried about what's going to happen. And so she made a ESO, employee stock ownership. Mm-hmm. They still managed and ran the place as the head of the board.
We have our vice president, our president. They can take care of business if something happens.
Excellent.
And let's see what else we've covered. How to get a hold of her and
right.
Best words of advice
and the organizations you helped.
That's right.
And we talked about. I said you had to develop a like for food. Was it from your parents, or were there any recipes that your family made that you learned from?
You know, like you just say your mom didn't cook. My mom is not a cook.
Really?
She's
Oh,
not.
that's cute.
Everything that I learned, the person that I admire the most is the lady that teach me everything. She used to be the nympha's right hand. She's the one who got me into loving the food. That happened to me. She's like a grandmother of other family. She's the one who got me into loving and creating recipes.
You grow fresh. I mean, you buy fresh and everything
yes, we
like
do.
that.
We do organic and we do special diet menus for people that is GMO or gluten free.
Wow, that's marvelous.
Organic.
We've been a great show. Can't wait to get to a brownie. We have to.
It's delicious. I
know.
didn't touch it with other ones. I took.
I realize that. And we want to give a shout out not just to Craig Klein, but also Tony Now with
Autoshopper.biz
and Paul Marcus with
AffordableSearches.com. Great background searches, very reasonable.
So many people have helped us along the way, and
that's right.
we
And of course,
support them with our
MovieWhip.com
promotion.
again. Appreciate it.
Exactly. And Wednesday's show, we're going to do a rebroadcast of. Let's who
Who are we doing?
yeah, I can't.
That's all right.
Can't
Well,
remember
surprise. Look it up. Wednesday, you'll
Exactly.
be surprised. But again, because we're having the lunch and learn, hopefully we don't flood out because I've heard the weather conditions
I
may
know,
be.
but we'll be there.
The lunch and learn will be exciting. We're going to branding with
She's going
Jenna.
to make sure that Esther gets there.
Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Evelyn. Who's Esther?
I don't know.
The Queen.
Cordova.
Queen.
Anyway, it's been a great show. Thank you for coming
Thank
on and
you.
enjoying the time with us.
Thank you
Thank you
very
for the
much.
Thank you.
brownies.
The wonderful, wonderful brownies.
And,
so moist.
We will.
Yummy.
We'll be back on Friday, and you're listening to Small Business Today Magazine Talk Show on the SBT Magazine Radio Network.